Yes, now we're so lucky to have former U.S. Ambassador to the UN for Management and Reform under President George W. Bush, Mark Wallace. He's also the CEO of the United Against Nuclear Iran organization. Mark, it's great to have you and your expertise tonight. So give us a little bit of context here about Iran and their isolation. It appears that they're more isolated than perhaps they ever have been. And what do you make of that? And are you seeing that isolation as perhaps a turning point?
No, I think this is, first of all, thank you for having me on, but I think this is an I told you so moment. I remember going back to the time of President Obama and the entry into the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, the nuclear deal, where those countries that you mentioned throughout the GCC were truly apoplectic that the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, the nuclear deal, didn't cover ballistic missiles. And I remember one Gulf leader telling me right after the deal was struck that Iran proceeded to test ballistic missiles. And now you see, and since that time, Iran has held the region hostage with its growing, vast ballistic missile arsenal, as well as tested space vehicles to build enhanced ballistic missiles. And those ballistic missiles make very good delivery mechanisms for nuclear fissile material. So you see these countries struggling with hundreds of ballistic missiles targeting their countries. The preoccupation of defense systems to try to knock them out of the sky allows things like the Shahed 136 drone to sneak through defenses. But this really is a I told you so moment, because those that had religion on the Iran nuclear deal really want to forget that it fully omitted ballistic missiles. And if we waited much longer to deal with these ballistic missiles and Iran's growing threat of these ballistic missiles, the damage that we're seeing right now would be even far worse.
Yeah, the JCPOA was so heavily criticized, and yet you nailed it. There were some real true believers, and now as they step back and they see what's happening, you certainly could argue, I told you so. Let me ask you, though, to broaden this out just a bit. I've been sort of following the TikTok. You've got Venezuela, Cuba, and now Iran. How much does this mean to the axis that feeds regimes like the leadership in China and what's happening in Russia? How does Iran impact, or the change in Iran impact those countries?
Well, I think it can be summed up with what I call a new American foreign policy doctrine, a Trump doctrine, if you will. And that Trump doctrine is we meant what we said. And for far too long, the United States has vacillated, not meant what it said, not adhered to its foreign policy concerns and requirements. And this president has said very clearly, I'm ready to work with you. Let's work out a solution to these serious foreign policy challenges. But if you don't, we're going to deploy American power before the threat that you pose becomes so great that it leads us to a war. I think you're seeing military action being used to prevent broader, large-scale wars in the future, making America much safer.
Former Ambassador, this is something that we've talked about a lot this week, this idea that, they've terrorized us for 30 years. They've been an hour away from having a nuclear weapon for, I don't know, it feels like forever, maybe just a few years. Go back to 2002, the world knew this nuclear program existed. You go back to 2007, our own intelligence puts out a report saying, hey, they could be just a few years away. This is not to armchair quarterback, but if this operation continues and it ends in success, and we say, wow, we just barely missed it there, how do we learn from that moving forward? I know the Bush doctrine is kind of preemptive strike. I know that the Trump doctrine is, in my opinion, it's speak loudly and carry a big stick. But what is it foreign policy-wise that we learn from this moving forward with other threats, maybe not those that are nuclear, but other threats on the horizon, maybe North Korea, maybe China, just other opportunities looking forward? Hey, let's not wait till the 11th hour.
Well, you mentioned North Korea. I'm really an Iran expert, but when I was at the United Nations, I spent a lot of my time dealing with North Korea. And literally the official policy of the United States under various administrations was to, quote, kick the can down the road with the North Korean regime. And that led to North Korean nuclear program and the perpetual enslavement of its people and the threat of Kim Jong-un's nuclear weapons now. I think we can no longer afford to kick the can down the road because technologies are increasing, and the ability through drones and artificial intelligence for countries like Iran to develop incredibly large ballistic missile systems that pose serious threats to the West, our country, and our allies. So I don't think we can afford anymore to kick the can down the road. Kick the can down the road means we're going to have a war down the road, and it's much more dangerous to successive generations rather than using smart military strikes now that don't entangle us in never-ending foreign conflicts, that protect us from the war kicked down the road.
Right about that one. Former Ambassador Mark Wallace, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.